Have you ever been told you sound unsure when you speak? When you offer ideas in meetings, does it sound like you lack conviction? If you feel frustrated because you lack authority in the room, it could be a sign that you're using an upward inflection when you speak. Upward inflections are also referred to as upspeak or uptalk, and they make the speaker sound as if they're asking a question rather than giving a statement, which is a problem if you're trying to give direction on a project that you really need done and you need it done quickly. If I say to you, I need this project completed by tomorrow, that questiony sound of tomorrow is an upward inflection. Upward inflections can not only cause you to sound unsure, they can rob you of your authority. Linguistic studies have shown that certain audiences may notice upspeak more and perceive it in a negative light. If you think that's happening to you, there are several things you can do to prevent it. But first, it's important to figure out where those upward inflections are coming from. As an executive speaker coach, I found that one of the reasons people use upward inflections is because they're using long sentences connected with and so. If I'm listing, for example, using upward inflections might sound like this. First, we need to do this, and then we need to do this, and then we need to do this, and finally we need to do this. And it's only on that last phrase that I'll end downward. One way to avoid upward inflections is to speak in shorter sentences and pause in between. So instead of creating long sentences, I can create shorter ones and place periods on the ends of all of them. So first, we have to do this. Then we have to do this. And finally, we have to do this. Another way to ensure downward inflections is to use your hand as a guide. There's all kinds of research that says what you do with your body is then mirrored in your voice. So at the beginning of your sentence, start with your hand above your head. And as you finish that sentence, move your hand downward toward your hip. Think, start in the attic and end in the basement. It's not congruent for your brain to make a downward movement while speaking with an upward inflection. If I say, start in the attic and end in the basement, well, my brain notices a mismatch with that downward movement of my hand and the upward inflection of my voice. Let's try that sentence together. Place your hand above your head and repeat after me. Start in the attic and end in the basement. Great. Now let's try it with a sentence you probably say often at work. I'll have it done by the end of the week. Try it with me. I'll have it done by the end of the week. Did you notice a change in your voice when you used your hand as a guide? If you're not sure whether you're using upward inflections when you speak, record your next meeting or presentation. As with all voice things, recording brings more awareness to your vocal patterns. If you notice them when you listen back, shorten those sentences and practice that downward hand movement. It's about mentally putting periods at the ends of your sentences, not question marks. Visualizing that solid dot at the end of your statement will give it a lot more power.